Hello, and welcome to some more ASaMR. How are you guys doing? I hope it is well. I hope a surprise ASMR session isn't a bad thing in your opinion. Hopefully some nice Saturday morning ASMR is just what you didn't know you needed. I think so. I think you're gonna love it. You're gonna like it. 'Cause I say so. I don't know, I guess we're doing aggressive ASMR. Hello. How are you doing? But yeah, we're up bright and early. I've been up for like a couple hours now, just doing things. First, Ducky, you are not in fact first. I'm sorry to tell you this. But how you doing? I'm doing okay. I have such a problem with saying I'm doing good, even when I'm like, I don't know, doing something else. So, I'm doing okay, but my brain do be squirreling a lot. Like this week was a lot of squirrel brain, and I'm real sick of squirrel brain, not gonna lie. Hey Andrew, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Oh man. Bro, I'm sorry if I'm supposed to know you by another screen name, but whatever YouTube puts up, I'm terrible at remembering who's who. I'm sorry. You can't do this to me. I'm sorry. You can always watch the VOD. The VOD will still be available. Tired from biking? Ooh, what kind of biking? Oh, what kind of biking? Hold on. Hold the phone. Maybe if I open YouTube. Mayhaps. You made me double for 1 second. Okay, 1 second. There we go. No, it doesn't. Okay. It's funny because I knew you were someone I should know. And I thought that was you, but I also was like, shoot, I don't wanna mess it up. I never wanna call someone a different name and then be like, wow. So I'm always just like, hello, you. Hi, person, gremlin. I fell and got lost. It was a great adventure. Well, I'm glad it was still great. If I fall asleep on the bus and don't get to work, I'm blaming you. No, don't blame me. Don't fall asleep on the bus. I believe you. In you. Just roll with it. Hell yeah, just roll with it. Exactly. Roll with the punches. That's what we do on this stream. We roll with the punches, baby. Screen tabbies? I gotta tip the mic. Mic's rolling away. Oops, sorry. The mic was rolling away slowly but surely. Because I had to take it off its stand. I just made Florida unicorns? What does that mean? What do you mean unicorns? What does this mean? I was just taking clips from the stream the other night, and one is about Florida man. I'm gonna have a Florida man clip later. Oh my god. I didn't see that as the label. Was it labeled that? That's so funny. Jesus. You mean my boyfriend? Which is crazy, because your boyfriend seems really sane, which is crazy for a Florida man. You found the one sane Florida man. That's nuts. That's wild. I claimed it. Gotcha. Well, I like it. It's a good name. It's a good name for it. I just wasn't sure if it was something I was supposed to know from, like, the internet. Well, normal in the, or sane, not normal. I didn't say your boyfriend was normal, but I'm kind of sane. I don't think you are. I do not believe in your sanity. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you. I mean, we're all insane here, so don't worry, but I don't believe in your sanity either. I don't know, my brain's been going lately. I need my brain to just take a vacation. I need my brain to take a nap. Because I feel like it's just been non-stop being a little goblin. Not a gremlin either, a goblin. It's going too far. My brain's going too far into the abyss. But I recorded some 10-minute triggers for you guys, so those will be getting posted in the near future, and I hope you enjoy them. One is the potato mashers, because I needed to mash my potato brain. Excuse me. Then the other is the head scratchies. Not this. I'm just not doing it quite yet. Because I have to put the mic in my lap. And I don't feel like doing that right now. I'm not moving stuff yet. Yeah, we're bringing back the Slug Boy. We're bringing back some old triggers, long and forgotten. Slowly but surely, we'll bring back all of the triggers. It's just a matter of my desk doesn't have a lot of room. Sure you did ASMR, it's nice. Good, I'm glad you like. I honestly hadn't in a while. It was only just recently that I came back to it. The version I was in, so I had to get off and on a different bus. Oh, no. That's never fun. Jeez, you go to work an hour early? It's super early. But I mean, if you have, like, traffic and stuff, you gotta do what you gotta do. Because I know the Bean does that, where if there's no traffic, he ends up at work pretty early. But then on days where there is traffic, he's set. It's always nice when you work close to home, so it's not a big journey. It's funny because my new work is super close to home. Like, I didn't think I could work closer to home than my old job, but it is. It's even closer. But then I drive further away from home, and my routes are pretty far from home, so it still takes time to drive back to the terminal and then drive home. So I'm never done quite as soon as I think I'm gonna be, because you always have to drive all the way back to the terminal. I like to eat my food before I start work. That's fair. Yeah, I like to have breakfast. I am someone who needs breakfast. But I also can have very tiny breakfasts. So I usually just like am eating a bar or a Pop-Tart or something while I work. An hour to get to work and home. Yeah, see, that's a long time. I start work at 5 p.m. and finish at 10 p.m. Interesting. That's a weird shift. That's such a wild shift. Is that, like, actually one of the shifts I don't know about? Like, first shift, second shift type of deal? Or third shift? Or is that just you work weird? Make up your own shift. A waitress, gotcha. That makes more sense. I didn't actually know what you did. I got the sniffles. Got a little bit of the sniffles since I've been out and about working in the cold. I work weird. You are weird, my dear. But you're my little weirdo. honestly, like, you usually only really get, like, a break in the middle of an 8-hour shift, so I feel like that's pretty normal. Shift to get great tips. That seems like it, yeah. Oh, shoot. Damn, I forgot about that. Yeah, but even though they don't get tips, they do get paid like an actual wage, so it probably works out in the end. No tips, but you get paid a living wage, so. Because, like, I feel like tips, waitresses here do get paid by the hour, but they get paid like $2 or something ridiculous. They get paid very, very little, because here the laws are like such that they are like, well, they'll get tipped enough. It's like, no, they won't, not always. So you have to make sure you work in a good area and are gonna get tips. Otherwise, you will not make enough money. Yeah, you get like minimum wage. Which I don't think waitresses fall under the minimum wage thing here, which is crazy. Because again, tips are not technically mandatory. Like, you're a jerk if you don't tip, but like, it's legal. It's legal. You could just be a dick. Legally, you can be the worst. In Freakville, Florida. Yeah. Like, tips definitely can work out to be better, but at the same time, it, like, in my opinion, shouldn't require something that people don't have to do for you to make money. Enough money, you know what I mean? Like, that's scary, because they don't have to tip. Do you have plans, or you just don't think you'll be a waitress? Gotcha. No, that's fair. Make sure you stretch. Make sure you stretch, and maybe buy yourself a heat pack to try and take care of yourself as much as you can. Says the girl who very much needs to stretch, because her knees have been crunching. but that doesn't mean that you can't stretch still to help with your pains. And the more you do your physical activity, probably the more fit and better it'll end up. Now I'm very curious. Medical billing and or coding. Coding, my only thing is, if you do not have the brain for it, you will not make money. It is not something that will always make you money. If you cannot think like a coder, it will not make you money. I've seen too many poor students being forced into computer science by their parents, and it's so dumb. But, if you do have the brain for it, yes, for sure. Hello, that guy. How are you doing? I hope it is well. Oh, wait. Wait, what's coding that's not programming? I don't even know what that is. Still in bed? So life's EP. I like life's EP as a description. But that's okay. We're pretty EP right now too. We're making nice, quiet noises and getting eepier and eepier. But I woke up early, bro. I had such a hard time falling asleep last night. I had such a hard time falling asleep. And then, like, just not feeling tired. I really didn't feel tired. And then this morning, I woke up at like 7:30 and I was like, nah, I'm wide awake. I'm wide awake. But I'm having a real hard time, like, figuring out what to do with myself, I guess. So, ASMR is the answer for right now. But, also, why does it sound like my heat is on? Excuse me, house? You're not supposed to be heating right now. I told you not to. Is the heat really bad, guys? Should I go turn it off? Coding refers to knowing how to apply a specific designation to what a doctor does. Oh, okay. Got you. Bro, this is gonna drive me insane. Yeah, hold on. I will be right back. I gotta turn off this gosh darn heat. Okay, sorry, that was driving me nuts. But yeah, no more heat. We freeze to death here. It's not even that cold out, I don't think. Actually, I'm gonna check how cold it is out. I don't think it's that cold. I'm sure it'll be fine. Surely, you won't freeze to death, right? It feels like 29. Okay, that's like basically warm right now. That's honestly, 29's warmer than it's been like, I don't know, for a while. That's so warm, basically. Heat wave, my god. There's memorization too. We use an annually updated book to utilize. Yeah, okay, no, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. I get what you're saying now. New phrase, the love of Grimm's warms the cockles of the heart. Yes, exactly. Exactly. It'll be fine. For the love of Grimm. 76 there. Jeez. Jeez, you need to calm down. Oh, my headset's on crooked now. I'm losing my mind. Holy shit. I don't know what's what today. Raspberry lemon tea with a chocolate donut. Nice. No, that's way too warm for me. I personally probably like the 50s. 50s and maybe 60s. But yeah, lately it's been so cold with all the snow we had that like when it hits the 20s, it's felt like a heat wave. The other day I was like sweating and I was like, man, how hot is it out? And I looked and it was like 26 and I was like, damn, that's crazy how hot it feels. Amazing. I had to get more of my tea because I drank all of it. So I got more of the exact same tea because it's so good. It's like mango, pineapple tea. I love it. It's so good. So delicious. Maybe moving north at some point. Oh yeah. You really think so? But yeah, no, I'd never want to live anywhere that doesn't have snow. Because I love the snow, and growing up in the snow was so nice. It was so nice. I wouldn't want to go anywhere warmer than where we are. I would only want to go colder. But the bean, he would die if we went colder. He's the one who, like, if we did go warmer, he'd be happy. But I would melt. So we're probably just stuck here. Not that it's bad. I like it. I live in doom and despair. We are a world record right now. It rained every day in the UK since New Year's. Oh my god. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I feel like we may... I don't know. It's hard to tell. Because I want to say we might be in a record for snow. But I don't think we are. From like the good old days. Because when I was a kid, we got like so much snow. And then it like just hasn't snowed that much the past few years. So, like, honestly, I want to say it just kind of went back to the old ways. But that seems like a shitload of snow. We might be getting more on Monday, which would be crazy. Can't wait to live in Florida. I'm glad you're excited. I would die. I can't stand Florida. My wife and I have been talking about moving. Okay. That was my thing. I was wondering if your wife would also want to move. I just want to be cold all the time. I hate being hot. I hate being hot too. I would rather be cold or neutral. Clearly neutral is best, but... It was snowing out this morning, like a teeny tiny bit. The teeniest of bits. And yesterday it snowed a little bit too, which was fun. It snowed a little bit. Ooh, I am so sorry. It snowed a little bit, but like a little bit meaning not for long, because it was coming down pretty hard when I was doing it. It was getting me a little bit like, oh man, are we gonna have another blizzard? We did not end up with a blizzard. But like it even did start, what's it called? It did start sticking a little bit, which is crazy. Definitely prefer colder climate because snuggles. I'm hopeless like that. I just like colder climate overall. But fuck snuggles, honestly. I'm too hot. I don't like cuddles. Except I do like them with Vineyard because he's so cold, he takes my heat. But I have to cuddle with basically a corpse, otherwise I'm uncomfortable. As a tall person whose body is basically a living furnace, I will always be cold. Yeah, I'm a living furnace as well, I get you. I've been called a nuclear reactor many a time. Yeah. Nope, I feel that. And like, even before you take off your skin, they're like, me, you have to wear a shirt and pants of some sort. You can't be naked, and that's stupid. Oh no. You get that from your father. He can't feel his feet ever. Yeah. I am Hot Rock, and Vineyard is my lizard man. He loves Hot Rock. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have traded war stories of not feeling your limbs. Because it is crazy, like, as someone who's run hot their entire life, it's really crazy that he goes like, when I say out to the recycle bin, I mean the recycling bin is directly outside the door. So you don't even have to stick your whole body out there to throw something in the recycling. And like the hand that he puts out there for 0.2 seconds, literally will feel cold. And I'm like, how? How did you lose all the heat in your body in 2 seconds? And the answer is he had no heat to begin with. I swear he doesn't produce his own heat. It's like crazy. Two pairs of socks on with 2 hot water bottles on my feet. Oh no. Yeah, I have a little heaty pack bear for like feeling sick or whatever. And he's full of like rice or beans or something. And you heat him up in the microwave. And Vineyard uses him sometimes for his feet at night. He'll be like, hey, could you heat me up the bear? And I do, because poor man can't feel his feet. Yeah, no, I produce way too much heat. That's why I love that he absorbs my heat. He's so cold, he takes the heat away, it's great. Yeah, that's awful. I legitimately would die if I lived in the South. Because I overheat really easily with how much heat I produce. Know you, Janice. Nice. I hope you are having a wonderful time zone. You're his walking space heater, exactly. I am. But he'll be living in Florida. Be living it up in Florida. Maybe being at least comfy temperature. I don't know, would Florida even be enough for you? Zara's gonna be in Florida like, wow, it's pretty nice out when it's 300 degrees. Yeah, no, I still go outside because I can't be contained inside. Indoors will kill me for other reasons because I get too bored and, what's it called? I get very cabin fevery, but I do have to, like, if I go outside, make sure I bring plenty of water, what's it called? Like, don't wear anything, but also, like, I have layers that are, what's it called? Like, really, really thin, but also keep the sun off your skin, because, if I get a sunburn, I feel like pretty much every time I've ever gotten a sunburn, I feel like I basically have sun poisoning, because it just hits me so hard, because I'm already so warm. Florida's a moist hellscape. I agree. Florida's way too warm. See, and moist. But the thing is, I do like moisture better than dry heat. Dry heat's terrible. I come from the east, so when I've traveled to the west and experienced dry heat, I was cracking. I was turning into a raisin. It was horrible. Car insurance here is the highest in the country because you're all old. You're all old and don't know how to drive. Or you're Florida man and don't know how to drive. I don't trust any of you with a car. Oh no. Is it the trash trucks? I swear to God. Please go away. Most people in the state don't belong having a license. That's how I feel about Rhode Island. Mass, we are massholes and like aggressive drivers, but honestly, mostly good aggressive, where they might cut you off, but they also are out of your way so quickly. It's like, okay, fine. But Rhode Island drivers cut you off and act like they've never been taught how to drive, but they do it so slowly, it's so much more dangerous. Like, to be honest, you can't convince me that Rhode Island people take a test or have a class. I'm pretty confident they're just given a license at 16. Because they are the world's worst drivers. We have no AC in our building. I'm made of brick to keep the heat in. Does brick keep the heat in? I feel like it would not. Yeah. I think mass drivers aren't bad. Definitely. I've had a friend from Georgia come up and was like, I would be so scared to drive here. But that's also because he's not aggressive. You definitely have to have a level of aggression to drive here. Great, Florida and Rhode Island unite. Which also, Rhode Island is known for having a bunch of old people, so I wonder if just the elderly. Old people can't drive. Interesting. I really thought bricks wouldn't. Because here we have a lot of older, like, brick mill buildings, and those ones, for us, at least, seem like in the winter they're way too cold, and in the summer sometimes they get hot, but I would lean toward it being colder than they should be. Stop letting your drivers come up here. I've been passed on the right at red light 4 times in the last week. There's always a Florida plate, always an SUV. Oh my god. I feel like that's another thing. But hello, Instant Nukes. How are you doing? I hope it is well. But I do feel like that's super a thing, where there are definitely some SUV drivers who know what they're doing, but people who don't know how to drive love a big car. They're like, ooh, SUV, perfect. Now I'm safe as I drive really poorly. I feel like everyone who can't drive drives an SUV. Because they're scared of driving. Because they're bad at it. Drive while texting? Ooh, that's really bad. Don't do that. I know you're not saying about it, but everyone here, don't drive while texting. That's super bad. Okay? Because, like, I don't try to think about it too much because I'm not trying to have an existential crisis. But honestly, like, cars are the scariest fucking thing. We can go so fast in these fucking metal death traps, and we treat it like it's just so normal and so, like, safe, but it's not. It's not at all. So, yeah. Try and be safe in a car, because cars are screaming metal death traps. SUVs are the Trojan wheels of cars. I feel like they really are. It's like, oh, get yourself an SUV so you can feel safe for when you hit something, not if, when. No, that's good. That is good. Nissan Versa, gift from my grandpa, used to be hers. I'd say I'm a pretty good driver. Is a Nissan Versa an SUV? Is it? But also, I'm not saying all SUV drivers are bad. I'm saying all bad drivers drive SUVs. If they can. Oh, guy. No. It's just a cute little guy. It's funny because it looks small in pictures, but actually is it small? Because I feel like some Nissans, I guess it's some Nissans, because my old Nissan was huge. My Nissan, well, it was called a Maxima, so I guess maybe they named it because it was a large Nissan. Because Vinny's Nissan's really small. And now I'm thinking that the Nissan Maxima might be their, like, large Nissan car. Ooh. Yeah. I hope you have a wonderful day as well if I don't see you again. Cook something good. Cook something real good. 5'7", the top of my roof is just about my chin. Okay. It's actually a good small car, as long as it has a manual transmission. Manual? I feel like not many people want manuals anymore, to be honest. I feel like I would not bet my life that it was a manual. Okay. You want to learn to drive manual? That would be cool. That would be a cool skill to have. Nissan has the worst automatic transmission on the market? Interesting. I didn't mind mine. My Maxima felt good. It wasn't the worst. And like, my Maxima was an old one. It came from a little old lady who drove it to church, and that's it. So it lasted forever. Because, honestly, the transmission wasn't the problem. On my Maxima, it was the exhaust. The exhaust broke, and I guess Nissan's, their exhaust is like all one giant thing, as opposed to a bunch of pieces like most. So it was a problem because if I wanted it replaced, I'd have to replace like everything. So then we just like jerry-rigged it back together. So yeah, the exhaust on that thing was pretty bad. But my poor minivan, that's the one that the transmission died in. That was sad. I believe that was a Chrysler Town and Country, but the transmission died. Many other things died. That van was crazy. That van lived through my aunt, then my mom, then me. So like, it was that, it was by the end, honestly, the boat, problem, where it's like, if you slowly replace all the pieces of a boat, is it still the original boat, or is it a new boat? Because by the end, I think that minivan had everything replaced. It was not the same van. So rolls pretty good. Nice. 2010 and on has CVT automatic transmission. Is prone to having transmission belt snap. Oof. Transmissions are crazy because they're like super complex. I remember looking like, I don't know, ever so slightly into it, and I was like, what the fuck? So I feel like I would like to call myself a pretty smart person, able to understand things decently, but like, I'm pretty sure I looked up transmission. I think it was transmission that I looked up, and I was just like, nah, turns out I can't understand this. Is that the one where it's just like a bunch of balls rolling around? Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's not. I literally feel like there was... Okay, that's a bunch of gears. What was it? That was a bunch of balls in, like, tracks. I feel like there was something in a car that's literally a bunch of balls and a bunch of tracks. And I was like, what? Hopefully I didn't just make it up. That'd be funny. I just fucking made it up. Chevrolet, yeah. A Chevy, baby. I almost said, what do you have? But you don't have a car, right, Zara? I don't think you have a car. But also, like, are there different cars over there? Or do we all just import the same things from places? See, I'm a Subaru woman. I'm a lesbian. But no, in actuality, like, I've had my Subaru, and I do really enjoy it, but I'm not, like, super tied to one specific brand. We have, like, every car. Yeah, okay. That's kind of what I figured, but at the same time, I was like, watch, Zara's like, I don't know any of these. we have British car. Yeah. No, I really enjoy my Subaru. Because it was when I first, not first, after a while having my Maxima, and when I was first looking to get my own car, because the Maxima was my dad getting it for me when I was still in high school. So when I was first looking to get my own car, I was like, I want something I can drive in the snow, because we get snow and it sucks. Like the Maxima, oh my god, that thing was skis in the snow. It would just take off. There were multiple times where, granted, I did stay at work too long. I stayed at work too late, so the storm was already, pretty stormy. The roads were bad. But at the same time, it was honestly good that I waited, because there were literal stoplights that I had to be like, if I stop right now, I will not start going again in this Maxima. This Maxima will not be able to go again in the snow. So I would just like slide through them. But everyone else had gone home already, so it was okay. But yeah, so I got a Subaru so that I didn't have to worry about legitimately sledding home from work. It's so difficult to actually pay for lessons and to pass the exams for it. Interesting. They don't teach you unless pay. Well, yeah. What do you mean they don't teach you unless you go pay for it? That's exactly how it works. Do you guys think you shouldn't have to pay for them teaching you? That's just how it works, bro. That's how it works here, too. You have to pay a ton of money to take the classes, and then eventually you get to try and do the test for more money. I wouldn't say our test is particularly hard, but it is. Like, I definitely think some people don't pass it, but I didn't think it was that bad of a test. Looking forward to building. Yeah, that's fun. That is very fun. I do think that if I ever became like extremely wealthy, I would definitely have some fun car, at least car, if not cars, to drive around like a little psycho. But it also like, oh man, I'd want to be able to drive somewhere that you can just go crazy. I want a rally track, please. I want a rally car and a rally track. Basically, everyone chooses not to drive because you have to wait forever just to do the exam. Yeah, our exam is also kind of annoying to get into, but we all have to drive because, like, if you live in the city, you can get away with not driving. My college roommate didn't have her license or a car when she came to college because she lived from the city. But if you don't live in a city around here, you have to. There's no way. Because that was also funny. One weekend I had to go get her. I had to go pick her up because she went somewhere and was like, someone drove her. And she just assumed, since she's from the city where they do have public transport, she was like, yeah, I can just get back via public transport. There was no public transport to send her back. So I had to go pick her up. She was like, I'm sorry. I really thought there would be like a bus or a train. And I'm like, yeah, there are not buses and trains everywhere. So like, my town, there are definitely some places you can walk to, but other places, like, you need a car. It's unfortunate, but you absolutely need it. There are like so many signs here there in my brain. You don't have stop signs. 2 white lines on the floor, which means give way. Interesting. We have both, kind of, because we do have thick white lines that are where you're supposed to stop at a stop sign. So it's like the stop line to go with the stop sign, but we do have the stop sign as well. And like, we do have a bunch of lines that mean stuff, but we do have signs as well. That's a weird concept that there are no stop signs. Huh. We have roads which are tiny, but 2 cars can still go down, and one has to pull over. We have those in the cities sometimes. Like, but also, it's generally not the road itself, but people parked on the road. So, like, then it ends up being like that. Dude, like, I'll hit that in my truck, and it's so annoying. where like I barely fit, and I'm like, guys, come on. And then another car comes down, and I'm like, well, you're not. No, pull over. Pull the heck over, because I'm not. Like, there's no way for me and my giant truck to pull over, so you need to pull over, sir. Or ma'am. Yeah, those are, honestly, small roads are super annoying. Rhode Island really likes to make their roads narrow. Like, there are definitely narrow roads in Mass, but I feel like Rhode Island, like, really likes narrow roads that are too small for their own good. But still, I feel like you honestly sound just like a lot of people here definitely have anxiety over driving, and it just sounds like you have the normal person thing. Because I feel like we have a lot of road signs too, to be honest. I really think you just might be someone who is scared of driving, which is pretty normal. Driving a 26-foot truck straight down a narrow road is such a pain, yeah. And then you have the people parked, like, horribly, and you're like, in what world, bro? The other day, there was a car, I think they ended up moving, or I just didn't go down that road because I didn't want to deal with it. It was parked, like, in the middle of the road. At first, I legitimately was like, there's a person in there, right? Like, they're just pulled over for a second. That's why they're pulled over so poorly. But no, it was full on parked, and I was like, this is so bullshit. Florida driver. Like I said, we have Rhode Islanders around here, so easily could have been one of them. That's my favorite, is when someone does something stupid, driving-wise, and I'm like, what are you, from Rhode Island? And then I get closer, and they are in fact a Rhode Island plate, and I'm like, yeah, yep. Yeah, you are. Zara, I'm telling you, I think we have just as many. Yeah, 500, dude. We have just as many. That's what I'm telling you. I think you're just... Yeah, but you don't encounter half of them. You don't encounter half of them. Most of them have literal words that tell you exactly what the deal is, or arrows. You're thinking into it too much, bro. I had a really good driver's ed teacher, and one of the things he taught me was there's always a way to get back to where you're trying to go. So, like, if you miss an exit, or you, I don't know, miss something, just take your time, go by it, and you'll be able to get back. Don't worry. Like, you can pull over, you can take your time, just as long as you don't freak out, it's honestly gonna be fine. And like, Diller has, like, what's it called? made that even more of a thing where it's like, as long as you take it slow and steady, and if you get yourself into a situation, you calmly assess the situation instead of just doing something wild, you'll probably be fine. I'm really strict for the driving test here. I really don't think it's any different, to be honest. Not gonna lie. Because, like, people do fail here too, you know. I tell that to my wife as well. Yeah, exactly. There's always another exit. There's always another exit, and it's always better to just keep going and be safe and get the next exit than to freak out and possibly injure yourself over trying to get over or last minute do something. It's always better. Why is my house creaking? Because, yeah, that was a thing, because everyone in high school, pretty much, is the time when you go and try and get your license, and there were plenty of people who ended up having to retake both tests, because we have a written and a actual driving test. We have both. And there were plenty of people who had to retake both of them. Some multiple times. But you know what? At least we're not in Rhode Island, where they don't test you. Just the other day, a woman missed her turn and tried to cross over a median. Oh my god. I didn't think about the truck that slammed it. Yeah. That shit's crazy. Like, how would you rather be dangerous? Stop. Don't be dangerous to yourself and others. Most of the time, there's another turn within, like, a minute. Like, very infrequently is it going to be an actual situation. Like, sometimes there are one-ways, and you're like, oh, now I have to go 2 streets down because of these one-ways. And one time, a singular time, when driving with, well, I wasn't driving, but a friend's parent was driving, and we missed the exit, and it was on, like, the Pike, and it was, like, 30 miles later was the next exit. But that was such a rare event. We were laughing so hard. We were like, bro, this is the only exit ever that's 32 miles to the next one. But guess what? We drove 32 miles to the next one. Because we ain't trying to die. Oh, man. wasn't even my engagement ring, actually. I found an old mood ring. In my drawer. And while I'm probably not gonna wear it, because I don't need more rings, I was like, ooh, I feel like Vineyard might vibe with an old mood ring. But I put it on to see if it changes colors still. And it's like super mildly changing colors. It's like definitely half old. Because it's a mood ring from, I don't know, who knows how old this thing is. Probably the early 2000s. Early 2000s mood ring. Oh, I'm so hungry. I don't know what I'm gonna eat after this, but oh, am I gonna eat? Maybe I'll have ramen. Some ramen noodles. Sometimes my responsibility say I'm probably gonna get on Sea of Thieves, so my daughters tell me where to go. Oh, nice. Daughter-led adventure, I like that. Are you a long-time Sea of Thieves player? I haven't played Sea of Thieves in so long, honestly. My game is very fun. Yeah, no, it can't have been a while, but you still could be a long-time player. I just was more so like, did you just find out about it? Or played it for a while? That's all. But the real question, are you a pirate legend? My favorite is that I am very much a pirate legend, but I also very much have no idea what I'm doing. I feel like it throws people for such a loop, because they assume I'm gonna be good because of pirate legend, and it's like, no, I've just played a lot. I've played a lot. I have not ever gotten good, though. Yeah, we used to play, we had a whole crew, and that was really fun. So we played a lot with the whole crew. It was neat. And it was good. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna put you in my lap. I'm gonna put you in my lap for the head scratchies. It's head scratchy time. Every time my girls tell me where to go and I end up in some kind of chaos. Nice. I really like that. I like that idea. Oh, did you hear my stomach? You're closer to my stomach too right now, so. Oh my goodness. Yeah, some stomach ASMR going on. I'm sorry. You're getting hungry, I am. I had a Pop-Tart for breakfast, but I'm a hungry gal. It's gonna growl again. Oh, is it tired? Yeah. No, still. Oh, more growls. Well, you can tell your head is in my lap because you're close enough to my stomach to hear it. Your head is in my lap and I'm scratching your scalp. Okay, stomach, you need to calm down. You need to calm down, my stomach friend. Oh, man. Shrimp tacos. Ooh. Pork loin with gnocchi and parsnip puree for tomorrow's dinner. Nice. For dinner, we're probably gonna have steak teriyaki with white rice and vegetables, mixed veggies. But I don't know what we're gonna have for lunch. That is unsure. But damn, that sounds fun as fuck. Get a lot of good food on the menu. On the docket. What? You can't toad scream in ASMR. You only get a nice, soothing hello, Ace. Hello. How you doing, Ace? I hope you're doing well. Even though you tried and come in here screaming. Rude. You can, but I can't. Wow. Check your privilege. You think you can do what I can't? Nah, we're all bound by my rules here. If I'm not allowed, you definitely aren't allowed. I'm trying not to get too weepy. I wasn't yawning before. You came in here and now I'm yawning. I blame you. East York is a quick and sober restaurant, so I take pride in the food I make. Ooh, hell yeah. So I get the specials. I get those good cook specials. talk about a dictatorship? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The pandemonium, pure dictatorship. You brought the extra EP energy. I guess so. How dare you bring us such eep? Rude as heck. Rude as heck. Oh, sorry. I did not mean it. I didn't mean to bump your little head. Bro, I'm so hungry. So hungry. Oh, did you hear that one? That was so loud. Oh, I mean, wow, do you hear that thunder? That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I don't even see clouds out there. How is it thundering? ASAC. Why ASAC? No, don't say it. I'll do more. If I read the word, I'm cursed. Cause I'm rude as heck. Oh, Ace, you're such a menace. Such a freaking menace. You are, my dear. Like a true gremlin. That's fair. Is that so? It is. So torment me. Don't make me put it on the list. Put it on the ban list. No, stop that. I'm gonna be putting up some new 10-minute triggers very soon indeed. But I think if I yawned for 10 minutes straight, I would die. I don't think I could survive that. Not because I wanna. I don't wanna at all. I'd very much rather not be. I think it's honestly funny that more ASMRs don't get themselves when doing ASMR. Hello, how are you doing? I hope it is well. Probably do stuff to stop themselves from getting themselves. Honestly, I think they just don't, because I know a lot of people don't get tingles from their own stuff. Like, a lot of people think I'm a weirdo for getting tingles from my own ASMR. So I think they just don't, which is a real bummer. It's a real bummer, if you ask me. But that's just how it be. That's just how it be. Also, some people I know don't listen to it, like, watch it later, or whatever. Well, I have my headphones and I can hear as I'm going. Which, definitely, on the talking part, is a little trippy at first, to hear yourself talking, like, at the same time as you're talking. But we figured it out. We can mostly do it because ASMR is so slow, or we're trying to talk slowly anyway. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could do it if I was trying to talk fast. I don't get tingles at all. I just enjoy and relax. You don't get tingles? Oh, that's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. I very much like the tingles. I like the tingles. I crave the tingles. Interesting that you get them, but you do enjoy it. Because I feel like a lot of people who don't get the tingles don't enjoy ASMR. They're like, I don't get it. I don't get tingles and I don't get this. Okay, you don't get tingles either. Interesting. Interesting. Weirdos. No, just kidding. It's just different. But also, I believe Ace has tried other ASMRs, but have you, Titan, tried other ASMRs? Because, like, definitely different types and different triggers give me tingles, or not all of them do. Like, it's very dependent. I don't just get tingles all the time. No, that's fair. Slow and relaxing. Slow and relaxing. Good. I'd like my A on ASaMR. Hi, Captain. How are you doing? I see you're still not done being a bad influence, huh? Oh, man. I just woke up. You just woke up like this. Good, I'm glad. I just woke up a menace. But I like this because it feels like my brain isn't running at full bore, and it always is. Ooh, good. Okay, good. I'm glad I can help your brain chillax. I blinked last night and Sundays at 4 a.m. Mood. Such a mood. I was having a hard time falling asleep last night, but I was also too lazy to get up. Like, I was in a weird state of, like, wanting to sleep and not being, like, so energized or antsy that I needed to get up, but just not really actually sleeping for a while. So I just kind of was zoning for a while. It wasn't the worst. But, like, I definitely don't think I got to sleep as early as I thought I was gonna, because I was just zoning. Someone's throwing a wrench at you? Oh my goodness. In OBS, it's a little shield. He has a shield, so he's shielded from the wrench. Hi, Pew Pew. How are you doing? I hope it is well. Solid 2.0 hours for me. What do you mean, of sleep? You need more sleep than 2 hours, my dear. My goodness. Wouldn't mind not feeling the passage of time while I sleep for a change. You can feel time passing. That seems crazy. I'm one of the, I dream a lot when I sleep. I'm one of those. I do a lot of dreaming. And I'm also someone who generally can remember their dreams an amount. And they're weird. I have very weird, very vivid dreams. Like, I'm basically always on medication that tells you it's gonna have vivid dreams. Only twice did I actually get to REM sleep. That sounds like you couldn't survive that way. I feel like I'm doubting you. I'm questioning whether you never actually got to REM sleep. But that does suck that you don't get shit sleep. I feel like a corpse stuck on an electric fence. Why stuck on an electric fence? Now I'm curious. I'm curious why the second half of that. I move a lot when I sleep. Oh, gotcha. nights I'm horrible and I move a lot before I've gone to sleep, but once I'm asleep, I'm a corpse. I'm an absolute corpse. Like, I shared a bed with Space for an event, and she said she checked on me because it may have been an event where I may have drank too much. But I know I'm normally very still in my sleep too. But Space was worried about me and checked that I was breathing multiple times that night because she was like, yeah, you didn't move. And she was like, is that like normal for you? And I was like, yeah, that's normal. It's pretty great. Space Mommy is a great bed buddy. It was funny though, because I think because of my drinking, I actually didn't cuddle her. Crazy enough, I didn't cuddle Space. Because it's funny, I am a super heater, so when I'm awake, I don't want to cuddle at all. But for some reason, in my sleep, I seek out whoever's in my bed with me. There's no way I'm not cuddling you in my sleep, unless I'm drunk, evidently. So I've always had to tell friends that. I'm like, if we share a bed, if you're gonna be weird if I cuddle you in the night while unconscious, we can't share a bed. Because it doesn't mean anything. Just, I don't know, my body seeks out cuddles. According to external evidence, I've been moving around in my sleep a lot more lately. Interesting. You just throw in everything. Is your bed a mess? My sister, when we shared a room and I had the top bunk of the bunk bed, she would spin around in her sleep. She would do a 180, so her feet were where her head was, and her head was where her feet was, like in the middle of the night. And for the longest time, she didn't believe me, because she would do the rest of the 180, of the 360, and in the morning wake up normal. So she didn't believe me, because I was like, bro, you spun. And she's like, well, no, I didn't. I woke up normal. And I was like, yeah, because you spun some more. So I finally took a picture of her one night. She was like, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah, dude, it's crazy. Because she'd spin completely and then spin back. Smash like a heat-seeking missile. Exactly. Super heat-seeking missile for some reason. I'm the heater normally also, so we could create an atomic heat zone. Yeah. How cold does Space run? Oh, because like Vineyard would love that. Oh my god, if he could sandwich himself between two people who produced heat, he could live. Maybe Vineyard could know what it's like to have body temperature. Nothing thrown, just external evidence. You're making me curious, God. Becoming morbidly curious. But yeah, you're hot rock too, right? Pretty sure we're both hot rock. Difficult to explain? Alright, that's fair. Don't feel like you have to. You never have to actually give me answers. I'm just gonna be an annoying, curious, nosy person because it's what I do. I'm too curious. Very nosy. Just my gremlin way. She doesn't. She yells at me for being too warm. Hold hands, but don't touch me. You're too warm. Yeah, that used to be me. Jeez. Because that's why the bean is so great, because he has literally zero warmth to himself, and he just absorbs heat, so he takes my heat. But before him, I was so not a fan of cuddling, because like cuddling just makes too much heat. But yeah, he's great. He takes all your heat, and he actually makes you cooler, because he's just taking it all. He legitimately produces zero heat of his own. It's honestly kind of scary. At one point, I had my feet on my side of the bed, and I went to go poke him, and the middle of the bed, where no one was warmer than his section of the bed. I literally went over and was like, wait, why are your feet colder than the nothing section of the bed? It's because his feet were absorbing any heat the bed had. His freaking corpse feet. Poor man. She sounds like an iguana. He is. He's a lizard. We call him a lizard because he is. And like, he doesn't get bit by mosquitoes, and I always joke it's because he doesn't produce heat, so they can't see him. Like, the mosquitoes, like, you know, go off of heat and stuff, and they're like, I don't know, that's just a corpse. That thing ain't got blood. He couldn't possibly have blood. I sleep with a sheet on myself, that's it. Exchange for a light blanket if it actually gets cold. Yeah. No, sheets are my best friend. Because I definitely, even though I get warm, I like the feeling of something over me. So yeah, a lot of times I have to sheet. So I can have my protection from the monsters. He does stream as well on Twitch, but he is currently on a little hiatus. He's on a little hiatus, but for anyone who's curious, oh gosh, wait, I just want to make sure I get it right. Twitch, mini beans. He's like pretty funny or whatever. No, he's very funny. He's how I got into streaming, because he was streaming, and as his friend, at the time I was just his friend, I was like, yeah, I'll help watch you so you get more views. And then I slowly was like, oh wait, he's too funny, he's distracting me. Because it was like during COVID, and I'd have this stream up, and I was like, bro, I'm getting distracted from doing work. And then I was like, I want emotes to harass this man, so I only started streaming in order to get emotes so I could specifically harass him. But then the first stream, I loved it. The first stream, I was like, wait, no, I love this hobby. I'm not good at keeping track of what triggers I've just done. The ones I need to do more of. Nice. Yeah, no pressure, but like I said, I have to pitch the fact that I started streaming because he was too funny to ignore. So I think that's a pretty good recommendation. His thing is, he has way chiller energy than me by default. So like, you have to get him riled. Like, if he just were to do chill, he's too chill. Man's so mellow. He's too mellow. But, oh my god, once you get him started, he goes off. He goes off full gremlin. I very much enjoy being the battery that says some heinous shit, that starts him on his own heinous shit. Because I'm the one who, like, I don't know, I feel like if he was just left alone, he wouldn't think of, like, he would never think of the random shit that I think of, where I'm like, okay, but what if? I'm the one who thinks of the situations, and he's the one who, what's it called, like, makes it even more of a situation. That's kind of how it goes. I'm the initial idea guy, and he's the one who makes sure the idea happens and is way bigger of a situation than originally planned. Mashing your brain. Oh, sorry. God damn it. Yeah. Yeah, and when he comes back, he will be coming back with something extra fun. A little update, if you will. Only tiny. Maybe big. Who knows? Blap, blap, blap. Yeah, blap, 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 grass. It's me mashing your brain. I gotta mash the bad goblins out of your brain. Mashing the bad goblins right out of your brain. Alright. I think we've almost got all the bad ones. Alright. There we go. Now, let me find some good thoughts. Here we go. And now let's smack some good thoughts into your head. I'm hammering them right into your ears. I don't know, I just really like that new one. I really like the sound it makes, but I also really like the idea of gently smacking your head, so all the bad thoughts come out your ears. Then whacking some new good thoughts into your ears. What do you call a Frenchman that's been attacked by a cat? Meow, sir? I don't know. Is that like Monsieur? I don't know how to speak French. What do you call them, Captain? Claw? Jesus Christ. I was trying so hard. I was trying way too hard. Oh, man. You made me try and use my brain, and that was mean. How dare you do this to me? I'm gonna take this mood ring off. It has shown me that it only mildly changes color anymore. But I'll still offer it up to Vineyard, because he's been like collecting rings, and I still feel like an old school mood ring that like looks pretty cool by default and then changes color mildly. I feel like he might like it. It's a pretty nice looking ring, I have to say, for a mood ring that probably cost me 25 cents. 25 cents. Damn, girl, I didn't know you were rich. Yeah. Very wealthy. It is I, very wealthy. Like, wow. Oh my goodness. We started watching Steven Universe because we finished up Legend of Korra, which I'm not going to talk about on here because I have extremely loud thoughts and feelings about Korra. But, Steven Universe, your rich comment reminded me of the episode where he's playing, what is it, Tiger Millionaire. He has a character called Tiger Millionaire, and he's a wrestler, and he's a millionaire tiger, and he gets too into character, and at one point a fan asks for an autograph, and he literally slaps the thing out of the fan's hand and goes, "You couldn't afford it, and it's my favorite thing ever." I was like, damn, I wanna do this. I want reason to be like, you can't afford it. My wife tried to get me something like that, but it would have cost her $300. I told her to get me an electric impact drill instead. In wrench. That's fair. No, this is like literally an old school mood ring from like the 2000s, the early 2000s, maybe the 1990s. That I probably, like, I don't know, I'm not even a jewelry girl, so I don't even know if I bought this or like I got it from an arcade where I didn't have any tickets, so I just ended up getting a mood ring. Like, it's definitely a cheapo mood ring. It's not actually fancy. But I don't know, like I said, it looks nice. It looks nice for a cheapo mood ring. Honestly, it's funny, because it kind of looks like all the new wedding bands that are like silver on the outside and then a band of some stone on the inside. like the dudes' wedding bands that are becoming popular. That actually is very much the type of band I got Vineyard. But like it's a little different. It's a little different. But just looks like a very plain one of those. So I feel like he might like it. I like it. The look of it's nice. I just don't need more rings because like I don't know. I don't need more jewelry while I work. I do. I feel like he'd vibe on it. I feel like he'd vibe on an old school mood ring. Plus, like I said, he's been trying to collect rings. Like he likes the idea of having lots of rings. That's a style he thinks is cool, so I think having one be an old school mood ring is kind of neat. $230 snivvies. That is insane. Insane in the membrane. That's so nuts. I got my wife Brighterton set at Pandora. Valentine's Day gift? What's some Brighterton set? Now I'm curious. Ooh, that's bedazzling. Still no shiny. Tragic. That is very bedazzling. Jeez. It's funny because at first I thought it was you saying no shiny, and I was like, that is very much shiny. You're good, you're good. What part was auto-corrected? Because that looks like it would be correct. Because there is a set like that I was able to look up. But yeah, my phone's autocorrect has been getting worse too. Where like it'll correct actual words and I'm like, no, that's an actual word, why are you correcting it? Like, you used to only correct not real words. What are you doing? Hey, but buddy, what are you doing? Got it wrong, 360. Missed it a box. Oh, you missed a box. Okay, jeez. I'm reading two different conversations and not doing well. Hi, Chloe. How are you doing? I hope it is well. My wife multiple times in the same sentence. Gotcha. That's okay. You're good. You're good. Honestly, I don't even know if I read Your Wife Twice. Because you ever do that, your brain like filters out the wrong stuff. Sometimes my brain works good and filters out things. Other times it works less good, you know. Give and take, give and take. But as as much as I would like to be talking to you guys forever, I must go and do things like eat. Oh my god, I need to eat so badly. But thank you all for hanging out. I hope you had a good time. And as always, we are still, well, not as always, but we are still currently working on Partner Plus Push. So any and all views of my videos would be very appreciated. We do have an ASMR playlist, multiple ASMR playlists. If you are interested in more ASMR, no, I have to, Ace. I have to leave you. I gotta eat, or I'll die. So, go listen to my playlist, pretty please. Pretty darn please. Oh my god, why did my face get stuck like that? That was terrifying. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for getting stuck like that. That was so scary. But thanks for hanging out. Hope to see you all again soon. Maybe, I don't know what's gonna happen later. With things, the day has been changing, so, check in the Discord for, you know, live announcements for other streams, okay? Okay, I'm gonna throw the Discord just in case you're not in there, and in case that interests you. But, yeah. Have a wonderful time zone until I see you again, and bye-bye.